Hi guys, welcome to my strategy video for Theatre of Magic. This is a Williams table that I would recommend to new players, especially if they want to advance to Classic Arcade. It has a nice flow to it, clear tasks to follow, and the illusions you only need to start and don't have to complete. This makes it much easier, so the grand finale is something you can easily work towards as you get better with the table. The table also makes you feel good as you score handsomely the whole time. Don't let that fool you though, as it can entice you into taking dangerous shots that are not really benefiting you. Big scores on this table is all about maximizing your bonus multipliers and extra balls, and being good at juggling those multi-balls also don't hurt. I'll explain as I play how this works and why it is the key to this table. 4 of the extra balls you can attain basically just by making steady progress, with the 4th one becoming available when you start the grand finale. I included for your reference in the video a table layout map. You can also download a JPEG through an Imgur link in the description. Also find in the description links to excellent written and video table guides if you would like to familiarize yourself with the table, as I don't specifically explain how to do things, but rather why you should or shouldn't. I also include in the description timestamps to events of importance and things I specifically point out that I believe are key to doing well on this table. In the video I further have some comparisons of certain shots between Classic Single Player and Classic Arcade, and they are all timestamped in the description. These are the types of things you best take note of as you move from one physics type to the other. I hope you enjoy the video. Please let me know if you do or don't, and how I can improve, as I do this because I enjoy it and hope it benefits the community. Digital pinball is definitely too niche for this to be of financial benefit to me, and I happily accept that. That said, please like the video and subscribe if you would like to stay up to date as I post my strategy videos. I aim to post about one a week. All the shots are obviously important on this table, but the shots I recommend you practice, as they are key to making progress on the table and getting high scores, are the left orbit and the magic trunk. First off, key to the table is to get the skill shot. The way I do it is to nudge it over and then shoot up. Usually I first try to capture it, but yeah, that also worked. So we start with the trunk escape because I chose to start an illusion as my skill shot. In the beginning of the game I play a whole lot more riskier than I would later in the game. Here you'll see when I start transitioning. But because it's digital pinball, yeah, you can just do it again. Okay, so now I'm just showing on Classic Single Player. That same shot from the left flipper is just too dangerous, so rather shoot from the right. It's much safer towards the trunk. Yeah, you can basically rinse and repeat the whole day, much easier.
You're an outstanding magician.
So let's see if we can start a second illusion. A nice nudge there to get the ball in from the outlane. I usually try to start 2 or 3 illusions before I start playing more precisely. Like I say, you can just restart if it doesn't go as planned. And trust me, I do. Okay, so Metamorphosis, second illusion. Also, beginning of the game, I actually go for the shots, but later on in the game, the value that you get for completing the illusions, or even the scores that you get for partaking in it, it's just not worth compared to the scores you get from getting the multiplier bonus up. Okay, so there I advanced the clock through the right orbit. Part of my strategy, and you'll see later, is that I don't want a Midnight Madness until all the other magicianships has been completed. So let's start the third illusion, Target Saw.
Shoot for the captive ball.
I'm not actually going for that. I want to start now to shoot up the left orbit to start building the end of ball multiplier bonus. So I got Vanish there, and once you have Vanish, now you see it's lit on the right orbit. and that will start multi-ball. So from now on, I'm gonna start building up my end of ball multipliers, and I'm playing a whole lot more safer. Here we go. Starting the Tiger Saw multi-ball. And just to show how ridiculous the classic single player is. That's just ridiculous, you can't see those balls. So just switch over the graphics when that mode comes up if you play classic single player. And yes, I did lose the balls rather quickly. Okay, so just keep on shooting at that left orbit. That's basically your main task now. Well, now I'm actually switching task for one good reason. I'm trying to get the theater multi-ball going. I just finished Magic there.
The first ball is locked.
Okay, now I'm going to try to lock 2 balls. Yes, second one locked, and now I must just hit that trunk.
Shoot for the trunk.
But unfortunately I lost the ball. End of ball bonus. You can see it's already getting to something. I advanced it there, 61 million, and that's just right at the beginning. The key thing to remember is that it is cumulative. So whatever you score as the game carry on, for each end of ball bonus, that will just be added. So it can get pretty huge. Okay, so let's start theater multi-ball.
Shoot for the trunk.
The key thing to multi-ball is to try and control the balls. There you could see I took one of my safe shots, or probably the safe shot for me on this table, shooting up the left orbit. And that is also a key shot to get right. There I messed up a bit to advance the multiplier. But I'm going to ignore the jackpots for now. Again, doesn't really make sense at this stage, but trust me, later on in the game, the end of ball multiplier for the bonus is just, that's how you get huge scores on this table. Okay, 4 times. So yeah, so I'll just carry on as long as I can. There's also a huge advantage from doing this during this multi-ball, and that is that a gate is up and the ball won't go around the orbit. It will always fall through into the bumpers so that you can advance the multiplier. Oops. Well, it actually fell off, so I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. Let's say most of the time it ends up advancing the multiplier. Also don't know why it missed there, but it probably just moved at the wrong time. Okay, great. 6 times. Yes, if you're accurate on the left orbit, you can do this night and day. And then a miss shot. Oops. Okay, see if I can control the balls again. Oops. Still not. Okay, try again. Jackpot. A lucky one. As you shoot up the left orbit, another huge advantage is that it also increases the jackpot each time you light both lights up there. Of course, you use the flipper to switch to which lane is lit. Okay, so I've got 8 times, so I'm nicely set up now for this ball. So now I can start trying to get those jackpots. Try and separate them. Yeah, that worked well. Missed it. Yeah, got it there. Nice. So another 113 million. So yeah, jackpots can be quite valuable as well. But again, I only do the jackpots after I've increased my end of ball multiplier to 8 times. That was quite a sad end to that multi-ball. And you might have noticed I've got an extra ball, and that is on this table. They're kind enough to give you an extra ball if you reach the score of 600 million.
Performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
Okay, let's do hat magic. Because I'm at 8 times, I now carry on playing, going through the different illusions.
For the magic trunk.
So I already have the multi-ball, and I already lit theater up once.
Concentrate.
So basically, all that's required to get to the grand finale is to finish all the illusions and then Midnight Madness.
The magic is within you.
Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, just can't hit that damn trunk. But anyways, other times I get 5-6 shots in. And yes, another sad end to that ball. See the bonus? 304 million. So it's growing already. So that's why I say as well, it's key to get as many extra balls as you can. But then you have to maximize those extra balls as well.
Shoot for the spinner.
Okay.
Go for
I'm
the
just
spinner.
showing here that in classic single player it's actually much harder
Time is running out.
to hit that right center orbit. In classic arcade I find it easier, and then also that right staircase ramp is easier to hit in the classic single player. So just keep that in mind if you do play it. It's always these kind of things you have to pay attention to as you switch between the different physics modes. So now we are building up our multipliers again. Now in a way, if you have a long game on this table, it can get a little bit boring, because you only have to start the illusions. You don't have to finish it. If you had to finish the illusions, that would have put a completely different spin on this table. It would have been much harder.
Extra ball is lit.
Okay, so another extra ball, and that is for advancing the clock to 6.
Extra ball.
Sometimes it does happen if the ball bounces over from the left orbit and it bounces out from those top lanes. Rather than going into the bumpers, it also advances the clock. That was sad. Only 2 times multiplier, so that was a bit of a wasted ball. Okay, so I'll start the next illusion with that skill shot. And the reason why it's safe to nudge over is because your ball save is on. I don't know why I'm not going for the multiplier here. Probably because I got frustrated that I lost that other ball so quickly. But I think my senses will come back to me soon. What I'm trying to do is to get up that center staircase ramp, because I want to see if I could get another extra ball. Yeah, there was a nice life catch, which is possible on this table. Okay, theater is lit. Let's see. Okay, now I'm not going to go for it. It's too risky. At this stage, like I say, you can already see that the end of ball bonus is already huge. So 50 million for that shot compared to potential of 300-400 million if you get to 8 times. So it's definitely worthwhile to rather do that. The roll overlanes. I couldn't get the right name, but there we have it. Just remembered now. The top of the bumpers, the 2 roll overlanes.
Straight jacket escape.
Next illusion. This is a nice one to have. It's one that you can choose in the beginning of the game. Oh, I lost another ball. So at this stage I was thinking, oh man, another good start wasted. There's no way I'm gonna reach my high score. But luckily the game came together.
Levitating woman.
Next illusion started. Nice backhand shot up there. That's the easier way to do it in Classic Arcade. Where in single player you can do it much easier from the left ramp. Just can't get it right. I'm more interested in getting the ball into the trap door rather than actually getting points for that mission. And I'm just showing what I talked about earlier, that it's much easier in classic single player to shoot both up that center staircase as well as the right staircase. And then I'm just showing that you can play a lot looser in classic single player. It was so much easier to control, and you find that you hit the ramps and the orbit. It just comes. So there was a nice combo there. I think 5-6 times combo. Okay, so back to my game.
Vanish.
So that was Vanish again after you hit the lock ball a couple of times. Up to 2 times already, and I started the Tiger Saw multi-ball. Yes, I'm not actually trying to aim for the Tiger Saw jackpot. I'm just missing. Okay, there we go. And theater is lit again for shooting 7 times through the left orbit. Again, I'm not going to go for it. Just on my merry way. You can see with this multi-ball the gate is not up, but that worked well because that advanced the clock. Okay, bad bounce there, but I got a few points inadvertently from hitting the captured ball. Sometimes it just whips around. Just practice that shot until you're happy that you can do it in your sleep. It is a relatively safe shot if you miss, like in that example. So after 3 Tiger Saw jackpots, or let's rather say 3 start Vanish awards, you get another extra ball.
Shoot for the trunk. Hurry up.
So that is what I'll go for at some point as well. Still not gonna go for fear today. Right, whipped around again. I've got all the illusions now, so now I'm going for Midnight Madness. The Hocus Pocus targets helped me not lose my ball through the left outline there by kind of capturing the ball for a bit. Okay, 8 times multiplier.
Shoot for the magic trunk. Shoot up the center staircase.
Okay, so I don't actually have to carry on with the illusions, I just have to get to midnight now. These illusions won't count towards this grand finale. Yep, miss it. Okay, so I got extra ball there now for the completing the Vanish for the third time. Okay, and I got that extra ball. And Vanish award again.
Vanish.
So, now,
Shoot up the center staircase.
there we go. Midnight starting. So, I'm very excited because my plan worked exactly right here. I was able to get Midnight Madness. I was able to get there the Vanish multiple going. So all I needed to do now was to start the grand finale. But I lost the balls. I was so disappointed because that was my plan from the get-go to get that right. But life goes on, and the advantage is that I had lots of extra balls and I basically could just go for grand finale. Oh, what I'm showing here is actually from another game, how the Midnight Madness can give you a nice amount of points. Not that much, about 120 million, but it's still worthwhile. Okay, so back to my game where I was still disappointed. At this stage I didn't have to go for grand finale straight away. I should have built my multipliers up, but yeah, I was just too frustrated. I didn't think clearly. But yes, grand finale, if you play it well, you can easily get 1 billion points. So basically, if you finish all 12 shots, and for each one you get about 50 million, and then you also get, if you have all of them, you get another 500 million bonus.
You must believe in magic.
But it's not so easy to do. You only have 60 seconds, and that goes very, very quickly. I only have 22 seconds left here. Notice that everything that you hit, all the lanes, all the orbits, the trunk, captured ball, everything counts towards lighting one of the letters up. Okay, so 3 more to go. 2 more to go, and the final one. There we go, 500 million. I was very happy about that, so my score was getting quite respectable. Okay, just for interest sake, also showing you again how much easier it is if you do it in classic single player. Just whip the ball around. Yeah, if you're good at that shot you can do it indefinitely, but even if you miss, it's so much easier to control the ball. So if you've never completed a wizard mode, I would highly recommend giving this table a go and practicing it. It's definitely one of the most accessible ones. Almost lost the ball there, but still managed to save it. Yeah, sure. No, a nice billion plus that you get. There we go. Okay, so for the rest of this game, I'm not gonna commentate everything. It carries on, and yes, I actually did manage to get my highest score, which is another 3 billion more than what I currently have. And that is mostly just because of big end of ball bonuses. So I did complete quite a lot of illusions further on and got another multi-ball. and also was basically one shot away from, or 1 hour away from a second Midnight Madness, and I think that would have been enough for me, maybe one more illusion to start grand finale second time. So yes, so the game could have been even better, but for now I'm happy with that. So yeah, just in the description you'll see timestamps for things of interest, and if there's anything specific that I think you will find interesting, I'll add commentary to that as well. But thanks guys, and yeah, at the end of the year I'll give a bit of a rundown, a summary of how things went.
For the captive ball.
Here I just want to compare the shots at the trunk for theater and classic arcade. You do it definitely from the left flipper, as you can bounce it over nicely, but when you do it in classic single player, so much easier just to shoot at it from the right flipper.
Hocus Pocus.
Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk. Safe escape.
Go for the center loop. The rope is break.
Magic. Lock is lit.
Go for the center loop. The first ball is locked. The second ball is locked.
You are amazing.
I'll comment on this multiball because I played it nicely, and I want to show you some of the techniques that you can use for multiball. So as always, try to control at least 2 balls. So I'm gonna go with the left shot for the jackpot. Oh sorry, first go for the multiplier. It's easy with this jackpot, just hold up the right flipper, you don't have to do anything else. And then as soon as I shot it up there, I shoot the ball up the left ramp, because then I can let that ball bounce over and then catch that one. And there you have it. There you have the balls under control again. And if you can do that indefinitely, you can carry on a long time. There, nice separation again. Bounce the ball over. I missed that shot, but that's okay. That one bounced over, and this one's going to come down. The second ball. Well, not. That's actually quite a difficult shot to control, but I did manage to. There was a nice life catch again. Missed it. See if I can bring it under control. Tried with the right flipper. I'm playing a bit looser here because I already have my 8 times multiplier. There we go. Shoot it up the left again. Let that ball drop over, bounce over, and then I don't know why I took a shot straight up there, but yes, I could have just caught it on the right flipper. There we go. You can live catch that. I'm just not so good yet. I think the volume 4 flippers, when it comes into the game, it's gonna really bring a nice advantage for things like that, tip passes and live catches. Both balls under control again. Whip it around. The timing there was wrong, unfortunately. So that's it.
Shoot for the magic trunk. Shoot up the center staircase.
Shoot for the trap door. 5 o'clock.
Trunk escape.
Shoot for the trunk.
Vanquish the chains. Escape from the trunk.
The air pressure is building.
You're an outstanding magician.
Shoot for the trap door. 8 o'clock. Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk. Hat magic. Shoot for the magic trunk. You must concentrate. You have the magic.
Time is running out. Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
The basement is full of wonders.
Straight jacket escape.
Shoot for the jets.
You must break free. must concentrate.
You must hurry up. Theater complete. Shoot for the trunk. Hurry up.
Please shoot again.
Performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
O'clock.
You have the magic. The Metamorphosis.
Shoot for the right staircase.
I am only an illusion. Shoot up the right staircase. You must concentrate.
Trunk! Hurry up! O'clock! Shoot for the trunk! Hurry up!
And that's it. End of the game. Now you can see how big the end of ball bonus gets if you just keep on getting those multipliers. 828 million. So yes, if I can understand why on classic single player why people can get such huge scores, much bigger than on the classic arcade, even though there are one or two really big ones there. But yes, it's a very, very good table. I enjoyed playing this over the last couple of days, but I think I've had enough of it, and not because it's not good, it's just because I'm desperately waiting to try the volume 4 flippers, and I think it's going to make it so much nicer. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think, and yeah, make any suggestions.